Why do many people take drugs and are not able to stop? In the past years, over 100,000 people died from preventable drug overdoses. Do people take it to look cool, or is it because of their weak willpower, or is it actually a disease that needs treatment to cure? Let's look deeper. Drug use affects two components, the limbic system and the cortex. The limbic system controls important behaviors and releases hormones as a reward. The cortex is responsible for decision control, which is impaired by drugs. Repetition weakens the brain, and since the level of happy hormones is higher in drugs, instead of prioritizing basic needs, the brain believes drugs are essential for survival. For example, when dopamine is released, a small amount binds to receptors, which causes a small effect, and the rest is reabsorbed into the cell. This is an example of a normal reward system. However, when a drug like morphine is taken, it binds to the receptors, not allowing the original hormone to bind to the receptors. This causes an increased feeling of high for the user, and is an example of an agonist, a drug that has the same function as the original hormone. Cocaine is an example of a reuptake inhibitor, a drug that binds to the transport channels. Then, the original hormone is able to bind to the receptors and cause a feeling of high for the user. However, since the original hormone can't be taken back into the cell because they're blocked by the transport channels, more and more are in the synapse and they cause the user to feel a feeling of high because they can be taken back into the cell. This allows the user to feel a level of euphoria for a long time, and it causes the user to want more and more of the drug. However, our body undergoes homeostasis, the ability to balance in our internal environment, and eventually reduces the number of receptors. When receptors are reduced, less are stimulated, so even if the user takes the same amount of drugs, they will never feel the same way they initially felt when they took the drug. Drug seeking becomes a habit instead of a conscious stimulus. Understanding the neurological processes help us understand why addiction is truly a brain disease.